Hey, welcome everybody. Today we have a guest, Nick Bockledge. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him already. Welcome, Nick. Are you here?
Hey, what's up? My bad. I had two
Yeah.
things going on right now, but
Uh,
what's up?
uh,
Yeah.
no, it's all good.
What's up, everybody? Well, first appreciate you having me, Hughes. Long time coming. I know we've been in the DMs trying to get something done, and it feels
Yeah,
good to finally get it done.
I see the Bockledge crowd is here.
there
Uh,
might be a few Balkans crowd.
yeah, yeah.
WTF?
So thanks for showing up, Anthony, Scott, Tim, Timothy. I don't know if you get upset by Tim, but I'm going to call you Tim. So I hope you don't get upset by it. Uh, yeah. So we're going to do an eliminator. Uh, I have 29 of them done. I've tried some wild stuff, but man, pushing running back is scary.
For sure. Yeah.
like,
I try to prioritize RBs real early because I feel like I could catch up on any position besides the RBs in this format.
yeah, I've tried a couple like three wide receiver starts, and then like your RB1 is Caleb Johnson, and it's not fun.
No, no, no. Who
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you don't mind, who are some of your top exposures for the Eliminator?
We can definitely look at that. Um, I've got a lot of picks at the back end of Eliminator, and I feel like the Eliminator back end is worse. I am the Pat Bryant Bowl number one.
Pat Brown, okay. I like that
Uh,
Rasheed Rice, 31%.
yeah, so we can just go position by position, like tacking on a third quarterback late. Like I've done a lot of like Shuck plus Juwan Johnson stuff or Shuck Brandon Cooks because Brandon Cooks is going to be out there week one, right?
Yeah, yeah, he should be.
So, but Shuck, Drake May, Fields, Lamar. I think Lamar's kind of pretty solid here.
Hmm.
And being at the back end, if he's there, I tend to like it. So just and stacking doesn't matter as much in this, right?
No, I mean, I do try to stack still because I
Yeah,
think it's obviously good, but honestly, you don't need to make it prioritize. Like if let's say if I need a second quarterback and Geno Smith is there and I have no Raiders, I'll just take Geno Smith.
oh yeah, and I mean, Gino runs more than people want to realize as
Is
well.
it exactly?
So here, as you can see, so Derrick Henry, I have 1.8% in BBM,
Hmm.
but I have 20% in Eliminator.
You know, it makes sense because I think Derrick Henry is gonna obviously be a monster as long as he stays healthy, which he probably will because I fade him every year and he always
Yeah,
buries me. But
yeah,
yeah, but this is definitely a format where you are kind of week one brain. You want the guys that project very well, and then I think at the end of drafts, I try to get a little more upside with like Pat Bryant, for example, as my seventh or
right.
eighth receiver. I think it's smart to still try to see if you can hit on a rookie.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. He's not like my fourth receiver or anything.
No,
So and then like Pacheco's gonna be out there week one for sure. Judkins, I believe, will be. Scatabo, like I don't know, because I feel like he's the last starter kind of out there.
hmm,
Like in my eyes, he's going to start. I don't love that exposure for this specifically, but I'm generally like I said, I'm trying to do some receiver stuff early. I played around with it, and this is what happens.
hmm. Sometimes you need to also like kind of take through like I like taking running backs early, but I don't want to force it if I feel like there's a tier break in receivers.
Right. Yeah. So like Amon Ra, like so Derrick Henry and Amon Ra are two people that in normal style contest I'm actually fading to a clip. Like Amon,
Mhm.
I'm going to be at 4% or something. But for Eliminator, like he is so consistent. Like I think that like I put him above like the Nicos and those guys in this contest.
Yeah,
I don't know what you think about that.
I think that's fair, right? Like I think Amar St. Brown probably has a higher floor than some of the receivers around him. I don't change it too much. Like I think they're all pretty similar, but when you talk about the Giants and neighbors and maybe it's gonna be a worse offense, and I like Marseille Brown in general. I think he's just a good player. He's proven, and he's
Yeah.
someone in the week one that's going to be out there
All
producing.
right. Well, let's go ahead and try to queue up for a 30-second one. I doubt it works. We only have 10 people watching. Apparently, Fantasy Flock went live right as we were going live.
Oh,
So
really?
like it's probably not going to have a lot of current views, right? But we'll try a 30-second. I'm fine doing a 20-second as well if it has a bunch of people in, like if we're waiting on a bunch. I'm entering now for anybody who wants to know.
Hey, that,
Seven more to start. So
hey,
like that,
that's fine. That Fantasy
yeah.
Flock went live. It just means less sharps in our rooms, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like the fantasy flock rooms, like some of them are really sharp and some of them aren't. Like because
Hmm.
but like I'm pretty impressed with that website he has. I'm not a member of it, but I don't know if you've
Hmm.
watched him. Like it's got a lot of good data. So
Yeah, I watched them my first year. Like my first year doing basketball, I consumed a lot of content, and he was one that I actually was a fan of because I used to be very heavy in Dynasty, and that's where he came from was doing a lot of Dynasty, and then he kind of went to best ball. But he's a good guy. He obviously won some money a couple years ago, winning the big dog and placing I think like 15th in BBM.
yeah, and he had a finals team last year.
Yeah, he's a smart dude. He
Yeah,
knows what he's doing.
yeah. Um yeah, so tight end, no, I have a lot of Zach Ertz in all formats. I
Hmm.
I don't know if that's something you're into or not, but
Well, one thing with tight end is I think, especially in Eliminator, I tend to wait to take tight ends. So I'm looking for guys like Zach Ertz. I think he's a good pick in general,
this is
right?
my favorite click in Eliminator
Who's that? That's Tyler Higbee.
because he's absolutely free.
Hmm.
And like, if I take a Tyler Warren or a Colston Loveland, he absolutely like will give you the build up weeks. Like, he may not be there week 8, 9, 10, but
Yeah,
we're lucky to get to 8, 9, or 10 in this format.
that's what I say. Where it's like, dude, like if I'm at week 10, I am happy. Like we're
Yeah,
we're we're making cash, right? We probably got our buyback in
I
already.
I think by week 10, I think week 10 is the week that no, it's week 9. I think week 9's the week that you have already made money.
No,
It's
week
9 or 10.
I think week 4 is when they start giving you you start winning.
Yeah, you start getting money, but like if you were to max enter and you get
Oh, okay,
one
okay.
team to week 10, I guess I didn't explain that well enough, but yeah, if you get one team, it's week 9, 10, or 11, somewhere in there. Like, but if you just pay for the tournament and got to play for free, it's awesome, right?
No, if we make it to week 10, like you said, we get our max entry fees and then
Yeah,
we're just free rolling the rest of the
right.
time.
And I do need to like put a preface out there for like what I'm going to do for splits. I've been thinking about that, and like I think what I'm going to do, and I'm sure, I'm sure it's pretty general. Like Overzet said something the other day, like if we make a finals, we'll split. I kind of think I like that with the caveat of like if, and this contest will be a little different. Like anything over like over an X amount of dollars will obviously split. Like anything over like I don't even know what the uh, things are, but like basically if it's double the entry, like yeah, whatever. I'll just give you the $10 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I'm kind of into like if I do any contest with somebody and we advance, like just free roll that into the next year and do another stream together kind
Hmm.
of thing. And then like if you get to the semis, you just do 3 or whatever, but finals split. I don't know if that is something. I don't know exactly how everybody does it. Like I'm cool with the pure split too. Like it doesn't really matter to me.
So let me ask you this. So let's say you do a BBM stream with someone and you guys bink it, right? You
Yeah,
who makes $2 million in your account. Are
right.
you giving 1 million to your co-stream or what are you doing with that?
Well, obviously, after tax stuff gets figured out. So we only have one more we're waiting on, by the way. It's a 30-second eliminator. I mean, we're absolutely. I'm splitting with whoever, but
Okay.
I mean, you have to figure out taxes on that first, because like I don't know a lot about taxes, and I'm not positive that this is how it works. But I'm pretty sure that if I were to give you the money that we won together, that it would be considered a gift, and gift
Mhm.
is taxed at 40%. So like I would pay 40%, and then I would give you money, and then you would also be taxed at 40%. So like there's some sort of math there that you have to figure out for both people to get the same amount of money.
Yeah, you'd
Right.
have to do some
And like,
gymnastics for
yeah,
sure.
like I don't know exactly. I'm sure finance people out there that could figure it out way easier. I would just want the same at the end of the day, whatever I have in my account as bonus would be the same that they do. Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I'm treating it too. Like
Yeah.
whoever's does a stream with me, if we win money, I'm splitting 50-50. I
Right.
did think though it'd be funny though if I went back to watch that stream and all the picks that my guests made were just terrible and bad. And then
Yeah.
I was the one that actually, I thought about stuff like that. But no, like I would split 50-50 for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like I think I like for me, I think like if you were to get a team that was like in the semifinals and got third or whatever, like just to do more that you next year
Mhm.
together, I think would be kind of the way to do that.
I think that's a
I
good idea.
yeah,
Man, RBs go, I think get like so you have so I'll take a running back here. I'm cool with
yeah. Gibbs is great, or McCaffrey. What do you
do
think?
I like Gibbs. That would be the pick
Okay,
for
yeah.
yeah, for me. So but are you high? I didn't know you were high on Gentry like that though.
I don't know why I did that, honestly.
Oh, okay. I was just yeah, no, I because I was
I
like,
I
yeah.
threw some ranks together week one, so he's going to be the only running back on the team basically week one, and they're
Yeah.
going to absolutely try to feature him. So did you see this chart I put out a while back? Like,
Oh,
so
it's like
this
the
is
hot zones and
yeah, this is.
stuff like
I
that.
mean, this is. It's. I don't agree with the Mike Clay projections of where the defenses are, but this is based on Mike Clay projections. And I believe the Raiders, like they had a bad kind of week one, but then they're kind of hot, like
Mhm.
have a little hot zone there in those weeks. So, but I kind of look through that. It's kind of neat. It's not that great. Uh,
I
but
I think it's interesting for sure. I mean, if maybe let's say you look at someone the first 6 weeks, they're gonna have the easiest run schedule, or they're gonna play,
yeah,
play
like
against the
I
worst run
think it was
defense.
the Giants. Uh, yeah, the Giants at Washington, at Dallas. KC's defense may not be as good, but let's say they are. You get the Chargers and the Saints. Like that's a good run out, and that's
Mhm.
another reason I have so much Scatabo. Like Washington and Dallas have awful run defenses, right?
Yeah.
And then KC's run defense will be worse. So there's that, and then Arizona at New Orleans, and then Carolina at home, and then at San Francisco, who might be the worst team in the league. Seattle's defense is okay, and then Tennessee. So, like Arizona gets a slight bump, but I don't like Arizona's pieces other than Trey McBride. So, like,
Yeah.
do I really want to bump Michael Wilson up?
Yeah, no, probably not. Right.
All right, so I'm going to give a shout out to Hulk Smash, got the 101. Green Bean got the 105. Alex, I
Alex,
think.
he's in the
Yep.
Pounder Discord. I've
Yeah,
seen him.
Alex is here at the 106, Zero at the 107, Dirty at the 109, and MLB Syndicate is at the 12. I don't know if he's here. I know he watches some content. So shout out everybody. And welcome Tyler, JT Bestball, Hulk, Zero. Welcome everybody once again. But yeah, we can look through that chart a little more after the first draft if you would like.
For sure, yeah.
I put it out a while back. It's very interesting though. Like, and some of the teams have some pretty bad starts too.
So we're on clock. I'm cool with Bowers, AJ Brown.
Yeah.
One of
I'm
those.
I'm super cool with Bowers here. Like, I think getting a separation early is pretty nice, or at tight end. Uh, we do double week 8 bye, but as you said, if we get to week 8, like that's pretty
Yeah.
fun. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah, exactly. If we get to week 8, we're feeling pretty good. And also it's only we gotta be one person. So what if the
right.
person that we play has week 8 buys, or maybe their quarterback is on a bye and then the other quarterback got hurt?
And if you're gonna do double week, like a double buy on anything with early players, week 8 is the one you want because it's the only week that has 6 people on buy or 6 teams on buy. So
So
like
a lot of
that's
teams will be
also
weaker.
yeah. So
Yeah.
in general, everybody's gonna have somebody on buy that week. So hey, got 16 people here. That's not bad considering Flock's live. Like uh that's it kind of shocked me. I went to go to this and I was like, why is Flock live? It's way early for him. All right. So are you
Can you go to
still running back
the
here
player
or
board? Let's
yeah.
see. Is there what's running backs are left?
Brees Hall's the only one left. So AJ Brown's still
AJ
here though.
Brown. I mean, if we get AJ Brown, like, come on, like
Okay.
he goes. Okay.
So Rashi went,
Dang.
I
I think
think.
Brees, or we could do an elite quarterback and just have some fun.
I'm fine with that. Allen or Lamar. I'm Lamar
Let's go
over Allen.
Lamar. Let's go Lamar. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
cool with Lamar. I love Lamar and Allen both, but I do tend to have Lamar a little ahead of Allen right now.
Yeah. I have a hard time clicking Josh Allen above Lamar. And Josh Allen in most formats goes like 6 to 8 picks before Lamar for some reason. I don't quite get it.
I think it's the maybe people look at the consistency that Josh has had the last like 4 years, right? Lamar, he's dealt with injuries and he's been a little inconsistent if you look at his like seasons the last few years, but Lamar, man, Lamar is just so good, and that offense is just so well put together for him to just thrive.
I mean, if you look at the last 2 seasons, and I think 2 seasons in a row is enough of a sample size to say it's like a legit thing.
Yeah,
Lamar had what 34 touchdowns passing and then 41 or something. It
yeah,
was. I mean,
he had 41 last year.
I know he had 41 last year. Let me look it up real quick. I believe 2 years ago he still had 30 some. Oh no, I'm way off. It was 24.
20,
So
yeah, I think
yeah,
that's like
I mean
Lamar.
that's fine. Like for what he does.
For sure, for sure. I just think it's the with Josh Allen, like he's kind of like the Iron Man, where like if you look, he's been like the quarterback 1 or 2 the last 4 years, if not maybe 5. But like we're
Yeah.
playing this year though, Lamar. I think Lamar is just so good. Last year, there's a stat where I think he had 0 bust games, and he was like over 25 points in like 13, 14 games or something like that. So in this
Okay.
format, to start with Bowers and Lamar, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll figure out the rest, but
We
to have
got the onesies figured out, and we
for
have an
sure.
elite running back to anchor, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good point. Zero says Josh had 400 points, 400, 400, 385 last year. Very consistent. Yeah, that makes sense. It's the 2 years he had 400. I guess he had it 3 years in a row. Were all 3 of those years, was Steph Diggs there all 3 years or just the last two?
He
I think he had Steph Diggs all 3 years, and they
yeah,
don't have an elite wide receiver right now. I mean, Shakir's a good receiver, but he's a good receiver.
yeah, he's fine. Like
And
it's really just Josh Allen's like running
yeah,
for like Matt Stafford.
good luck. That's it.
I don't even know
I,
if Stafford could throw for 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns.
I I actually love the Rams offense this year, but
Yeah.
6,000 yards is a little nutty. Yeah, and that's a good point. I could see Josh Allen being like with that consistency making more sense here.
Yeah.
And
Lamar is very consistent though too. Like last year, he was probably the most consistent quarterback. So I think
yeah,
it's fine. Can you go to the
yep,
player and see?
yeah,
So I think Amara Hampton would be a good click here. Is he a week 8 by 2 though? No,
he isn't. He's week 12.
week 12. Okay.
Are you having trouble seeing it?
No, you're good. I just for some reason I thought he was a week
I
8.
mean, I
But
could
no,
bring it up.
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
Hampton and
Hampton,
then
Tet,
Ted
Worthy.
too. Yeah.
So I'm cool with Hampton.
I
So
like Hampton too. Yeah.
I think there's this non-zero chance that like he could be a top 3 running back this year.
No, for sure. I mean, Najee's gonna get work, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because they're gonna run the ball a lot. It's a good offense, and Hampton's a first round RB who's like they compare him to Jonathan Taylor profile. So I think Hampton can maybe be like, let's say the RB 14 the first 6, 7 weeks, but then down the stretch, he's top 3, top 5 back to finish the season.
Right. If he's a top 15 back the first 3-4 weeks, like that's plenty good for where we got him, right?
Yeah,
And then,
100%.
yeah, I mean, just giving us a floor and like we're trying to win at the onesies here. Like I
Hmm.
like this start and like James Conner just went off the board,
See,
like
that's where we feel good about
yeah,
taking Hampton there. Yeah.
yeah. So click running back real quick. It's down to
No
David Montgomery.
RBs. Yeah.
And you do need spikes in this. I'm cool with JMO, Devontae
Jamo,
Smith. We
Devontae.
could stack up and go Flowers. I'm not
Um,
I'm not huge on Flowers, but
I'm not either. I like either. JMO I do have over everyone here.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
just, we are making a bet with Gibbs too with the Lions already.
That would be a third week 8 bye. Do we want to go Devontae instead?
Uh, we can go Devontae. That's fine. Yeah. Different on the buy. Devontae's a really good receiver too. And
I thought about that at the last second. I was like, oh wait,
yeah.
yeah, with Bowers also having that bye, I think we needed to.
Yeah. And Devontae's, he's similar to JMO where he'll spike as well. And
Right.
he's proven like Devontae Smith has been one of the better NFL receivers the last 3 years.
Who do they play week 16? Uh, while we're here, I'm going to shout out Big Draft Energy tomorrow. He'll be on. We'll be doing weekly winners, and then I was doing some research on my weekly winners. The one that I had that had a chance to get first last year, and in that same week on real time, Thad placed. He won 2,500 in one of those
Oh,
weeks.
wow.
I think it
Nice.
was 10th place. So shout out Thad.
Congratulations, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was week 10. I had a team where if Kyron Williams, if he needed 20, it was 26 points. I looked it up. He got 8. If he would have even got 18, uh, I would have been top 20, I think it was. But yeah, he did not.
It sucks because
Yeah,
Kyron, I'm sure he had some, he definitely could have got you 18, 20 something, but
the 2 weeks before that he put up 24, and then he scored 8 the week I needed them.
just unfortunate sometimes.
Right.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think like JMO in a vacuum and Devontae Smith, I personally have equal.
Yeah.
So Devontae Smith, I don't know, he had 4 nuclear weeks last year, if I
Mhm.
remember right.
Yeah, he
Uh,
had a stretch where I think he had 3 straight weeks where he was like a top 13 receiver.
yeah.
And also it's contingency where like AJ Brown, like he could get hurt again. And then Devonta Smith takes a huge boost. Or you could have also where Barkley gets hurt and then the Eagles are just pass heavy. And then Smith is, obviously in the fifth is a
Yeah.
pretty good value.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we could get our third running back here in Jones, Judkins. and then get any of these guys coming back. Like Jordan Addison, I love him, but he will be suspended most likely.
Yeah, I like Chris Olave here,
Yeah.
and I think because we have two RBs, I think we could find a third one around back. Chris Olave, I think Chris Olave is a really good pick, especially in this format too. If you're talking about week one floors, like this,
Right.
yeah, this dude's a definition of not getting over 20 points, but he'll get you 14, 16, 17 points.
Right. Like the whole 100-yard or touchdown narrative is pretty hilarious.
It is, yeah.
Like it happened once, but like the reason his ADP is so low in other formats is because of the injury scare. So like in this, yeah, you still have that injury scare, but it matters less because the beginning, everything should be massively week one weighted, right?
For sure. Like if week one, I mean, Chris Olave is just going out there as a clear alpha, I think, right? And would it surprise anyone if he goes like 7 for 100 in a touchdown? Probably
Yeah. I think it's going to be funny if Tyler Suck's the one that unlocks them. After all this like hate towards him, or Spencer Rattler in year 2, like he apparently had some okay games at the end of last year. I'm not a believer, but
Hey, there's some Devy guys out there that picked Spencer Rattler 1.1 in their Devy. So
yeah,
I'm sure that he still has some believers out there.
I mean, yeah, we got Addison still available, Caleb Johnson, Pacheco.
I'm cool. Yeah. Are you that high on Rome? I was gonna say because
this is ADP.
Oh, okay.
So we could do any of this.
Yeah, I'm cool with. Let's go one more receiver.
Rome, Chris,
Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get more into Rome. Like
me too.
Did you read the Coach Speak today on DJ Moore?
No, but please enlighten me.
Exactly what I expected to happen, and it just said, "Hey, DJ Moore is working hard."
Oh,
obviously, you tell the kid straighten up, and they straighten up.
Yeah. Rome's interesting. Well, this is the one thing with like Rome and like Worthy, because Worthy goes in the 4th round here, I think, right? And then Rome goes in 7th, where they both had similar rookie production. When you look at the 17 game log, obviously Worthy broke out a little more later, but I just don't think there should be that big of a gap between those two. Rome's a better prospect. He also was very unlucky. If you look at certain things, I think Hayden Winks or someone else was posting about where Rome had like the number one unluckiest throws his way or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that if in the second, I think betting on Rome, second year, new offense, Caleb maybe takes a jump up. It's a decent play.
Ben Johnson, so number one, Rome is not like the other receivers on the team. Like DJ Moore and Luther Burden, to me, kind of are more similar to each other than they are to Rome. So I feel like Rome is the safest of the picks. And pre-draft, we were before they drafted Burden and Colston Loveland, like Rome was going at the 4-5 turn every draft.
Yeah, and I think too, if you want to say like Rome is maybe the J-Mo in this offense.
Yeah, and he could be for sure. So,
we didn't even talk about Denver situation.
Yeah, we were talking about that in my Discord just a little bit ago. So it was funny because like 3 days ago on my stream, it might have been I don't know what day it was, but earlier this week I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if Sean Payton added, and I named J.K. Dobbins. I'm like, I just think that it would be pretty hilarious because everybody is like, the RJ Harvey crowd is victory lapped really hard, So Jalen Warren, Brian Robinson, Jordan Mason.
I'm not a huge Brian Robinson guy, but I think to get starting RB right now in a good offense, I mean, I don't know how you feel about him, but
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it. Kind of the same thing you said. I think that Mason, like he is definitely the starter, right? The
Who,
other
Brian
two are kind of
Robinson?
contingent. Did you watch the coach speak just a little bit ago with Justin Herzig?
No, I wasn't able to. No.
Okay, so Herzig was saying something about Jalen Warren in that made a lot of sense, and I mean, I'm definitely going to respect anything Justin Herzig says, right?
Hmm.
Like he's better at this than I am, for sure, right? Uh, but he was saying that Jalen. I mean, basically, Jalen Warren is a really good pick as a contingent guy with Caleb Johnson because Caleb Johnson getting drafted in the third round with like the profile he has, like the bust rate is extremely high, but when they hit really hard. So mixing in Jalen Warren because if Caleb Johnson's a bust, you're gonna like all those teams. Like he's definitely like Jalen Warren's very efficient, right?
Yeah.
Like we know that. Um, do we want to lock up a receiver here because we still only have three receivers? You still have to start that many, or do we want to go ahead and try to lock up another running back?
Yeah.
Because the wide receivers are pretty ugly here. I think we just push it.
I say we push receiver and we go either Cam Scatterboo or Caleb, then just be done the quarterback.
I think Caleb's a good call. I was going
Yeah.
to suggest that as well, and then make sure the bye weeks. Yeah, week 5, week 7. So like the awesome thing about Lamar and Josh Allen is they're the only two quarterbacks on bye week 7, and you should probably never have them together, right?
For
Sorry,
sure.
Gritty. You know, like
Sorry.
like if you have them together, like I actually done it once and did the double elite once in a pre-draft, and it was fun. Like I get it. Like
Oh, my first year playing underdog, I was doing like crazy stuff like that, man. I was
yeah,
drafting like Mahomes and Allen at the 2-3 turn because I was like, you know what? Like, let's have some fun. This is gonna
yeah,
be, my quarterback removes. And I would attack on a third quarterback on top of that. So,
yeah. I
uh,
I I mean I don't. I think as long as you don't completely let a position get all the way away from you, I think it's fine to do. Like like to do the double elite, even with a third. Like I probably would never do the third there,
no,
but like I think it could work. Like it, I would, if, but that third one can't be Justin Fields in the 10th. That third one needs to be like if you're going to take a third one, like Sam Darnold or Tua. Like if Tua falls 30 picks past ADP, something like that, right?
yeah, like I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Like I've been close to just like if I'm at the 1-2 turn, and I've thought about like, you know what, let me just double tap Lamar and Josh Allen. I can't pull the trigger though, man. I don't know if I could. Could you?
yeah. I took an unstacked Tua pick 212 the other day,
I
and it's
mean,
like
interesting.
I had a
What?
Lamar. I think it was like Lamar and Bryce Young or something, which I felt very good about. But it's like, okay, like the rest of my team felt good. I didn't feel weak anywhere. If I felt weak somewhere, I would have filled that out. But I felt good. And then I think it was Hartman and I. We uh, we were at pick 215, and Anthony Richardson was still there, and we had an elite and somebody else. And it's like, I guess I don't know what you think about that, but
I think it's fine because like if you
yeah,
have a quarterback, if you have two quarterbacks already and like they're stacked, and you have a third quarterback who's like 50, 60 picks past ADP, and you're debating
yeah,
between Devin Neal and Tua, like I'm gonna take Tua because Tua is gonna help me probably more than Devin Neal is.
right. It's like take the guaranteed points, right?
Yeah, and Tua's fine just to help me advance the season too, where
Yeah.
you still need to advance, and then I'll just have Lamar and Bryce. Hopefully, they pop off in the playoffs.
All right. So we have I'm good with Keon Bateman and Kirk.
Yeah,
Like
we have some interesting.
coming.
I think Bateman.
Bateman just went.
Oh, he's just wearing okay, one pick.
Yeah, so we got Keon, we got Christian Kirk. I mean, we could stop there
Yeah,
too. Like I don't really care about stacking that much. I don't. I mean, it's up to you.
let's
Either one.
go. I would say let's go Keenan Coleman. I never
Yeah,
click him, but apparently he's looking really good with
yeah. Let
the
me.
Bills.
He had
Sec,
a coach
yeah,
speak blurb today. I'll bring it up real quick. Um, it wasn't like basically they got asked if Keon Coleman's going to get more looks on the inside, and they said that because like a lot of people profile him as a big slot, right?
hmm
And they said that they're wanting to work Khalil Shakir out at all positions, which could mean that they end up wanting to move Keon inside a little bit as well. I don't know. You'd have to read it yourself. It was a very long quote. So
yeah. That's exciting though. If Keenan's gonna play more slot, because I do think he is a better fit for that. I think last year they kind of just threw him on the outside and they're like,
yeah.
here, So that is interesting if he's gonna play more slot.
Yeah. Well, if they're gonna move Shakir to the outside some, like it wasn't like, hey, we're gonna do it exclusively or anything. It's like we're gonna try to move him around the offense a little more. And then but that was being asked upon Keon Coleman if he could get more slot use. So it's something that is a possibility, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, even if he plays like 10% more in the slot, that could be a big boost for him.
oh yeah. I mean, if Andrews makes it around, we take him, right?
I think we'll smash Andrews. If
And then
not, I think Luther is interesting too. Just we're betting on the Bears,
right,
so I feel good about this. Yeah,
I'm fine with either.
let's
I'm
let's go.
actually
Yeah, no, we're gonna say
I'm kind of out on Luther Burden overall, but
okay.
like here is fine
Let's go,
just
Mark.
because he goes so early in all the other contests, right? Like this is 124. Like I have a very hard time clicking Luther Burden at 106 in
For
any
sure.
format.
Yeah, yeah,
So like here it makes some sense, but he's also pushed down because everyone knows he's probably not going to smash week 1.
yeah. And with Andrews, I mean, he fell a little bit. Like you said, we said stacking. With Lamar, you don't need to stack, but still, like Mark Andrews, there's a chance that last year, coming off the tightrope surgery, he was kind of ineffective because of that.
Yeah.
What if he's better this year, right? Like, what if he's, like this was a guy who was the consensus tight end 1, 2 in previous years.
Yeah, and I know this cuz I've looked it up a bunch. He smashed touchdowns at the end of the season.
Yeah,
One touchdown week 10, none in week 11, and then one, 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 one. From weeks 12 all the way to 18, he had a touchdown every game during the regular season. So, like, they definitely got on rhythm at the end.
yeah, they did, and I wonder what his snap share was. I think I know early on it wasn't great, but I do think he started progressing a little higher as the season went on, right?
Snap share 61% for the season.
Okay,
60.
I early on it was worse than that though, I believe.
Yeah, does it?
Just because like I think he started out slow because he got in a car crash, right? I don't know, no one knows the details of that. He was coming
Yeah.
off surgery. He's still 29 years old, and I still think he's probably Lamar's favorite red zone target in this offense.
Yeah, and they there was Coach Speak that came out today with them as well, and they said we want to utilize 12 personnel because I mean
Of course.
they do. That's what they do, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So fancy dog in here saying number 16 like we got 27 likes or 27 watching. We got 16 likes. Please smash the like. It'll help out quite a bit. And if you're a part of my crew, if you're part of the Who crew, go down in the descriptions. I put Nick's details in down there. give him a follow, give him a sub. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Who?
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, smash that like button. Let's get to 20 likes at least. We got 27 watching. We're building. This is a unique team for us too, where our quarterback and tight end is very strong.
Yeah.
RB, I feel good about. The receivers, we're gonna have to,
There's some people late though that I like for Eliminator specifically.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah.
We'll go over the team real quick. We got a 2-3-4-2. Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, running backs Gibbs, Hampton, Brian Robinson, wide receiver Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Roma Dunze, Keon Coleman, tight ends Brock Bowers, Mark Andrews. So it feels really good, like to be done at those two positions. Now we just take shots at running back and
receiver,
wide receiver. Like we could just click these two buttons and not worry about anything else.
Yeah, we stress free, man. We just gonna click.
Oh yeah,
just green and orange rest of the draft.
That's right. Thank you, Big Draft Energy.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. So coming up, who do you like? This is a good kind of thought. Like Jack Betch and Adam Thielen are the complete opposite of players. Like how they profile. How would you treat them with our team right now?
With our team, we are kind of light at this position. I think you go with the Thielen to secure some points early in the year.
Yeah.
And then there are some upside shots later. Now, if Ray Davis was available, I would be saying Ray Davis.
Okay.
But that's just because sorry, I just clicked him. You didn't fight back cool on that, so I thought you were cool with it.
I'm cool with Adam Thielen. I think he's a good fit for this build.
So there was coach speak on Ray Davis as well today. And
I love Ray Davis.
Ray Davis is as conscientious as it gets. He wants to be professional. You could see him just kind of taking another step into his game, both in the run game and the pass game, which is exciting for me. Like,
yeah, you love to hear that.
Like that just means he's in there. He's not given like they like it. They want to get in the ball more. Like there's already all the FUD around James Cook. Like I mean, I think regardless of if Cook is there or not, Ray Davis is still going to have a decent role, right?
For sure, yeah. And he showed last year when Cook was. Wait, real quick. Let's see.
So running back, I kind of feel like we do need this tier breaks pretty big.
Yeah, I'm cool with Blue or Benson here, whoever your favorite is.
You can pick.
Let's go Blue. Let's go
All
Blue.
Right. Just I would never take Blue. So
yeah,
but that's a big fall. 148.
It's a big fall, and I think Sanders and Javonte are splitting first team reps right now, but the thing with Blue, he's just a different player than both those RBs. Like he has juice.
Yes.
He's gonna catch passes, and because he's gonna be active because of his special teams ability. So I just think Jaden Blue is a good kind of like shot in the dark, because if they don't bring in another RB in this room, Jaden Blue is the only guy that has any type of juice on this RB room.
Yeah, and like we have three pretty solid like starter guys. Like getting some late season upside kind of makes some sense. There are some guys in the last round or the last two rounds that feel like solid picks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious to see where J.K. Dobbins goes in this.
I was gonna legit type you. I was like, let's not talk about Dobbins until we're up next.
I don't care.
But
like
it doesn't matter. I think so. I'll tell you right now, if J.K. Dobbins is with the Broncos, I think he would be the RB2, and I think he should go like where Roshan goes right now.
Yeah, Estime gone, completely out of our lives. No more talk about him.
R.I.P. Estime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Why should it be called the Parliament? I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So we got Jaden. Okay, so we have a 2-4-5-2 build right now.
Yeah, 2-4-5-2. So we have Gibbs, Hampton, Brian Robinson, Jaden Blue, and then Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Rome Odunze, Keon Coleman, and Thielen. And I think Thielen was needed because Keon is a shot, and Devontae Smith doesn't produce every week, but when he produces heavy, right?
For sure, yeah.
So I think Thielen was the right call there. I mean, we could do Dobbins next if you want, or I kind of think we still need a wide receiver.
Go to the receivers. Okay.
Not really a whole lot here. Quentin Johnston did get he's got a definite he got told he's a starter, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that.
Man, it's so hard clicking QJ. Like I feel like he got so lucky with the touchdowns last year, and
I've been saying for a while on QJ that the Trey Harris thing doesn't matter to him because he was always the number 3 receiver, and Trey Harris is going to replace Mike Williams, not him.
Mm-hmm.
So his role is still secure. Now he did get lucky with the touchdowns last year, but I personally think that offense is going to be a lot better as well.
Yeah, I mean we do need receivers, so I'm okay with QJ.
We could do either one.
Pierce. With the code speak, I think QJ's fine, right? Where better offense.
Yeah. And early in the season, he's he may not be as good later in the season, but early in the season, I think he's definitely going to be out there the first couple weeks.
Yeah, and maybe Trey Harris just isn't that good of a receiver too. Like maybe Trey Harris, isn't going to impress, and QJ does. Like one thing about QJ that kind of was interesting was I think it was week 18, but he had 180 receiving yards. Where that I mean, come on, that's. I was like, okay, he's not just going 3 for 60 and a touchdown. He actually had 10 catches for 180.
And I mean, Ladd creates so much for that offense. He's so good at creating space for everyone else. And with that being said, Tyler Conklin is an upgrade. Their offense as a whole should improve. And QJ will be a guy that puts up a 20 to 25 point game once, twice, maybe even 3 times this year. He might disappear game to game, but if you want a random spike, I think QJ will have them.
Yeah, I think if Dobbins, real quick, I think we take Dobbins if he gets to us. If not,
I mean,
it'd be the running back. My favorite running back left is Dobbins, and then receiver is I don't even know who's left.
I'm out on Hopkins.
Yeah, me too.
Why do I have 0.9%? I must have fell asleep and autoed them.
0.9%. That's crazy.
I know. What was I doing?
Yeah.
I must have made some bad decisions.
Maybe you was you just you fell asleep for a few seconds and you're like, dang, Hopkins.
I was going through the coach speak right before this, and Hopkins got some bearish coach speak too.
Did he? Okay, good. Love to hear that
because they were talking smashing Dobbins.
Smash Dobbins. I mean, the thing is,
absolutely,
is when Dobbins does sign with Denver tomorrow or the next day, his ADP is going to rise, man. I think Dobbins
absolutely
could, because they were talking about the RB2 behind one of the best offenses, best run blocking, O-lines, and then RJ Harvey, he's still a rookie, he's unproven. I don't know. I think Dobbins with Denver is such a good fit for him.
Oh yeah, it really is. So here's the coach speak for the DeAndre Hopkins. It was about Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar did a great job for us the last couple of years as our third receiver. I don't really see DeAndre Hopkins as a third receiver. I see it more as we have three starters at wide receiver, but we also have two tight ends. It will be interesting to see how we integrate Hopkins into the offense. We're excited.
Like that's like trying to be nice and be like, yo, you're not gonna be in the three receiver sets, but like, hey, like we'll use
Yeah.
you still.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more positive than I thought it was because he said that they view it as three starters.
But is he saying that Hopkins is a starter?
I think I I don't really see DeAndre Hopkins as a third receiver because I think I misread it. I
Oh,
see it more as we have three starters. Whenever I read it, I was thinking I don't really see DeAndre Hopkins as a third receiver, and because it was a quote on Nelson, I thought it was more like he was a fourth. So I misread that.
so what you're telling me is if Hopkins falls to us, we're taking him.
I don't really like Hopkins still, but but we can like it's a stack.
No, I'm
I
saying I'm out on Hopkins. I just
Yeah, me too.
some people like him. I even if Hopkins is the third receiver, I think he's still the fifth option in that offense. So I'd rather take a shot like on Darius Slayton, Diami Brown,
Yeah,
Pat,
and we
Pat Bryant. Like, yeah,
this is
like
why I have 20 or 37% or whatever I have Pat Bryant like because
yeah.
I build teams like this and then he's just there every time.
One thing too about the Eliminator, because like let's say like receivers matter in every format, but
Yeah.
I think in a format where it's 1v1, it's kind of more like a managed league. And when you have an elite room of quarterback and tight end, that's going to produce such a higher floor than a lot of other teams. And then you have a good RB room. The receivers you could afford to be a little weaker
Yeah.
than in the draft.
Pat Bryant goes.
Oh,
Uh,
I think man, receivers Lockett, Wicks,
are you into Lockett?
not really, but I mean, as a body, I like Wicks. Coker, I'm cool with. We could do a ping pong with Coker, where
Which one do you want?
Coker, let's do Coker. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm cool with that because I think Coker is gonna beat out Leggett, and
I think so as well.
I think it's not a bad play to have two receivers on the same team because you could have it where Thielen goes off one week and then Coker goes off the other week, right?
Right. So, are there any running backs you would like to add on for a sixth? Or do we want to just look at that? Like, take a receiver with our next pick and then figure out if we want a third or a
Yeah,
sixth? I think
yeah, because all the RBs are pretty similar to me.
like I'm kind of into Ray McLeod as a guaranteed volume guy. But I think we could get a spike week guy too. Like
What do you think? Like, I know Ray-Ray McLeod, he excuse me, he got like 60 passes for like 600 yards, but do you think
686.
686? Okay, only one touchdown, but still got 90 targets. Now, I think was that majority with Kirk Cousins though? Because I think Kirk Cousins was like they were throwing the ball a ton with him. So, and also like Tyler Lockett, I don't think is sexy, but like, is there a chance where he's just like the clear number two for Cam Ward, and then maybe Cam
They,
Ward is a better quarterback than we expect?
I mean, I heard today that apparently Restrepo and Cam Ward are locked in together.
The hike they went to college together, right?
Yeah. I mean, so like
So
you expect that, right? Like I don't know if that's negative.
it is
Like,
interesting though, man. It's
he was an undrafted free agent who fell in the draft and got undrafted because of his 40 time where he claimed that he hurt his leg, right?
that because he
Like
what was his 40 time like a 4.8?
483 or something. It was like, but I don't know if you watched it. It looked awful. Like it looked so bad.
I feel like I could do better than
I
that.
know I couldn't. I'm not even gonna pretend.
I see you got 10% no. Do you if you think he's gonna be in three receiver sets, I'm fine with taking
I
it up
don't
there.
think it's this ADP isn't for Eliminator or this isn't.
Oh, okay. I think Wicks is probably the pick here for me.
I think so as well.
Yeah, because Wicks. So I said this in a tweet a couple days ago, where it's like when I'm looking at receivers in the last few rounds, I'm looking for receivers that are talented and receivers that are going to play. Wicks has both. The only issue is that he can't catch the ball, which is
Yeah.
very important as a receiver. But he did show year one. He went through a stretch where he was, he was producing. And I think with Wicks, like, if he's able to just catch the ball, like kind of QJ did last year, where QJ was horrible his rookie year, I think Wicks is a good pick at the end.
Yeah, I like Wicks in Eliminator, and I don't like him near as much as the other formats. But I
Interesting.
actually really
Why is that though?
because I believe Savion Williams is going to be a problem later in the season for
Oh,
everyone.
okay. Savion is
They gave third round draft capital on Savion Williams. Like he's going to be on the field at some point. Like, is that going to be? I think it's mostly Jaden Reed that loses out there, but I mean, we already know that they love to rotate guys, right? Like,
yeah, for sure. Like
and
they're gonna
adding
play like 8
another
receivers.
guy that has more draft capital than anyone else that's on the roster other than Christian Watson, who's injured. Like, and if Christian Watson does come back at the end of this season, like near the end of the season, like they're going to have 5 guys they're using,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, the thing with Savion though, like, isn't he kind of like more of like a raw prospect as well?
Yeah, that's why I think that the late season stuff.
Okay.
So little known thing, and I brought this up to a couple people. Last year, like just for 2024 in college, the people who were drafted, number 2 at contested catch rate was Pat Bryant at 67%. Number 3 was I think Elijah Badger at 64%. So like that's a pretty big tear gap, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
Savion Williams was number 1 at 85%. Like you can say that that means he can't separate, but like it's still 85% in contested catches. It was a 1 year sample, so who knows, right?
No, that is interesting.
So I'm cool taking a shot there. I'm cool taking another receiver. I don't know. What do you think we need? Do you think we need another running back?
I'm cool with Brashard Smith. I think he's someone that's gonna be on the roster week one because he does play something a little bit different. Blake Corum, I think, is I say Brashard. You know what? Let's go Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have some fun because
Let's have. He
you,
can't go wrong with the missile.
no, I mean, you saw the report, right? Like, he's feeling
Yeah.
healthy, and this
Oh
guy's
yeah.
electric, right? Like he had a Devon
Absolutely.
HN rookie year. He averaged like 8, like not obviously the total production, but he was just looking that good on the field. And I do think that if Derrick Henry was to get hurt, Mitchell would probably lead the team in carries.
I think so as well. All right,
Yeah.
let's go over the team. We got a 2-6-8-2. We went elite tight end and quarterback. We got Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, Jameer Gibbs, Omarion Hampton, Brian Robinson, Jaden Blue, J.K. Dobbins, Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers: Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Rome Dunze, Keon Coleman, Adam Thielen, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Coker, Dontavian Wicks. Tight ends: Bowers and Andrews. Like we're probably going to flex a tight end a couple times. Like I'm gonna assume we're gonna flex tight end once or twice through the
Yeah,
season.
probably
But I
will,
mean, yeah,
but that's okay.
assume, assuming we make it past week 2.
Yeah.
Like no, I like this team. This like it didn't feel like we got behind even taking the elite in Lamar and Bowers. Like
No, for sure. And also like we kind of went earlier for the quarterback and tight end as well.
like the
So yeah.
yeah, the only problem is if we kind of need Brian Robinson to have a good week 1, but if Dobbins goes to the Broncos, like I feel awesome about this, right?
For
Very
sure. Yeah. I think Dobbins ADP, like I think right now is a good time just to kind of like buy Dobbins as ADP or a little below the 180 mark because I'm telling you, like if he goes to Denver, his ADP is gonna rise.
Yeah, we were discussing that and people were saying around Ramondre. I'm like, I could see him going all the way to Najee.
Yeah, why not?
I
I mean, yeah, like because
because
it's
everybody's thirsty for anything Sean Payton. Like they really are.
Yeah, and would it surprise anyone if Dobbins week 1 like out carries Harvey?
No,
No, right?
no,
Like
absolutely not.
Sean Payne's a liar, man. Like he talks
Yeah,
about Mims and he's gonna play more and all this, and he never does. So I don't really trust Sean Payne.
you can't see the top of this, and I'm not good at this stuff. But uh, moving like yet, like moving you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So I mean, we could do this.
There you go.
And then, oops, I had the wrong window up. But here's the chart. Uh, so just kind of look through it. Arizona starts off pretty strong, but I mean, I could send it to you there, but the green is good, right? So the
Hmm.
teams with more green generally have an easier schedule at the beginning of the season. And the light blue is actually also strong. So like Houston gets the Rams, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, then Tennessee. Like that's pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
So I have a bit of Joe Mixon. Like I think Joe Mixon is incredibly strong for this format because the Rams, like you remember what Saquon did to the Rams last year?
I was at that game.
Where,
I was at the game. I saw Barkley. He crushed them. He had 2 runs of like 80-yard touchdowns, and all the Rams fans went home crying.
yeah. Yeah, I was at the KC playoff game where Le'Veon Bell ran for 250 and they didn't score a touchdown and we lost. That was just that
Yeah,
was the same kind of feeling, I'm sure.
for sure.
uh but yeah, I went over the Giants have a really good early schedule. But yeah, I can link this to you later.
Yeah,
I put it out
send it to
before.
me.
I could put it like after the video, I can put it in the description as well. I also have like in the same thing, I got the playoffs. And then I actually, for weekly winners specifically, I went through every week. So, like, if you want to target a week, it has all the matchups. I'm going to redo the colors. So, I done all this on Mozilla and then I downloaded dark mode to this and it's different. So, all the colors are different. I'm going to do another draft. You're welcome to stay. If you need to leave, you can leave. But
No, I'm down to do one more draft.
all right, so we will be entering another 30-second eliminator, and we'll be entering in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I see Denver has a great week 1 matchup for the RBs. J.K. Dobbins gonna put up like 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And Indy, then LAC, Cincinnati, if you get to week 4. Waiting on 6. Waiting on 4, 30-second elim. Yeah, but I mean, like Indy, like Jonathan Taylor, Miami, and then you get a really tough matchup in Denver. But then you get Tennessee, Rams, Vegas, Arizona.
Hmm.
Like I don't mind having one bad game in the mix, right? Like that you're not expected to have all the great stuff, right?
No, of course not. And it's interesting too. Like this is probably wrong, but like let's say you take Taylor and Denver, he puts up only like 3 points. Do you have any advantage of having like a low old Taylor the rest of the season in this format?
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah,
Really.
right. Yeah, I was gonna say like because maybe less likely you'll face Taylor teams. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it gives you I think advancing a low owned piece doesn't give you an advantage, but it's a much higher chance of you having
Yeah,
a clear rooting interest every week.
yeah, because let's say
Because
you take Barkley with like the first round, and then let's say he misses like 2, 3 games. Those teams are probably not going to survive. But let's say you had Barkley and somehow make it, then you're less likely to face
yeah.
those Barkley teams, and then you still have maybe the RB1.
Yeah, I think week 2 you're going to run into a lot of like you versus somebody who like a team that has 40% of the same players you do at least, right?
Hmm.
But I think that's going to separate out as the season gets deeper and deeper.
It's gonna be great when week 1 we see Juwan Johnson score 2 touchdowns and just eliminate so many teams.
Oh, by the way, I was on the clock in an eliminator, and I just got on the clock. And if I'd been on the clock 8 hours ago, I would have selected RJ Harvey on that team, and I unclicked him. So
There you
because
go.
I have Xavier Worthy, and I don't have very much Harvey, but I do take him some in bringback situations. It's a time box tournament though, so it might be fine because the only slows I have going are I have 10 for the puppy and I have 9 for the schnauzer setup. I wanted like all the time box tournaments this year that allow it. I think I'm going to do 10 slows at the end of it.
Yeah, for the Schnauzer, I think I maxed slowed it. I did 20 slows for that.
All right, we're waiting on one.
Are you gonna be? Let's say Harvey falls to like the 6th round. Are you gonna buy him at that point?
I'm not. I think he's gonna. I could see him fall all the way to like Judkins if Dobbins signs, but I think wherever he is, I'm going to take him at like a 5 to 6% clip. I'm
Okay.
not going to be bullish on him anywhere, but I'm not going to be out on him anywhere either.
Are you Travion or Harvey?
Right now, if they're at the same ADP, I'm Travion.
Travion, okay.
I was Travion massively pre-draft. I just think he's better. We got the 102.
Dude, hey, I feel like that's the luck of the draw right there. Let's go.
Got Dirty P at the 103, Hulk Smash at the 104, Green Bean at the 105. Got Zero at the 109, Mazone Chris over here at the 111. Floppy Dude.
Great name.
Great name. Like, I don't know if you're watching, but I love it. Yeah, and if you're watching and you enjoy the content and you are not, please smash the sub. And also, all the Nick's info is in the descriptions for anybody who is here. Love the back. The back end of the draft for Marathon is ludicrous. Like, my first 4 drafts, I was upset because all of them were the top 4 picks, and I feel like in Marathon specifically, and I can get into that later, but are you Saquon, Bijan? I'm Bijan 101. But
I'm Bijan too. Let's go Bijan.
All right.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be fading Barkley this year. It's probably not the smart thing to do, but I just think Bijan. I'd rather bet on him, just his upside. And okay, let me phrase this. Barkley has upside, but I think I'm gonna play just Bijan over Barkley this year.
I put out my top rankings, and last week or yesterday I just put out top 10, and Barkley's 3. I actually have a hard time even keeping him at 3. Like, I'll take him. I took him at 6 the other day, and I didn't love it. Like, I still kind of wanted to take Puka,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty big on Puka this year. Like, I think it's Jamar Chase, Bijan, and Jefferson a clear top 3, and then I kind of have Gibbs, Puka, CD all together with. And I throw Barkley in there because I don't want 0, but I don't want much.
For sure. I do tend to love this first round a lot than the last few years where it's a lot. It feels more deeper. It feels like it's, like the back end too. Like, I don't know how you rank like the receivers, like Neighbors, Nico, Brian Thomas, Amara, but I enjoy clicking most of them. But I will say Amara St. Brown and then Janty are probably I would say Barkley, Janty, and Amara St. Brown are probably the 3 first round picks I haven't clicked that much.
Say Genty, Amon, and who?
And Amara St. Brown.
Oh, Amon, yeah. I'm I have a bunch of CMC now because I took 0 in pre-draft. But I'm gonna start stopped clicking him as much. Now that he's moved into the first, like when he was at the turn, I would take him a lot. But now that he's starting to go at like pick 8 or 9, like I would rather just have Nico or Neighbors every
Yeah.
time over CMC. Like I don't think I'm going to get any more of him. I just don't. And I'm fine with that. Like if it, so like he has to smash. So like he has to hit hard enough that all of those other picks aren't worth it for it to really matter. And or just have the gigantic week 17 game or whatever, right? Like that's possible, but I probably won't have near as much.
Yeah, I think I have 18% CMC right now.
Do
A
you?
lot, yeah, a lot of that. The 1-2 turn. I mean, I was getting the 12th, the 11 pick a lot, and a lot of times it was like I'm taking Nico or Brian Thomas, and then CMC would fall. Doesn't happen no more. CMC's pushed up. I
Yeah.
also take him, but I also do love Puka. I like Nico, so I'm not gonna take CMC every time over them. But I do think I'll probably be double the field on CMC this year.
I mean, when Brees Hall makes it back to you almost every draft, if you take double wide receiver, like
Feels
it's
really
hard.
good.
It's hard for me not to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, do we
man.
have to go Bowers again, or do you want to do Jacobs? Like this
Those
guy's,
are the top two for me, Bowers or Jacobs.
yeah, Dirty's going to take Jacobs, so I assume.
I mean, screw it, right? Like if Bowers falls, I think he's a tier break compared to everyone else.
I mean, I think if both of them's there, he did take
Oh,
Bowers. Thank you.
let's go Jacobs. I think
Yeah,
that's a
we'll go.
great start.
Now we do have to double by week
Yeah,
5,
we'll
so
make it work. Um, I think Rice or Kyron or even Chase. Actually, like Chase Brown. I'm a Chase Brown guy as well.
Rice went.
Okay, I think Chase Brown. We just go
Yeah, let's
through
just
three RBs, have some fun.
then that way we have something week 5.
Yeah,
Like, 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 and now we're gonna starve the whole room, right?
for sure. Yeah, and
So
look,
like,
the team next to us. Look, Green Bean started two RBs. You have Hulk Smash started two RBs.
yeah, and Green
This
Bean
team
started two
did.
RBs.
See,
So
look,
like
we
this
have all the
room,
green on the left side.
yeah. Good luck. Good luck, Zero. Sorry, Zero.
And it's great because we'll have receivers fall to us probably in maybe some decent value.
Right, yeah, and because people will panic, like they're gonna have to, like they're going to have to do something or just go 0 RB.
Or go two quarterbacks like this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, they could do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun little start. Like I've been getting the back end in Eliminators over and over again, and it that's why you seen I have like 20% Derrick Henry, and I'm not even that big on Derrick Henry, but that's why I also had 17% Amon. It's because I've been over there the whole time, but the front end, it's kind of like Superflex, like Superflex and Eliminator. The front end feels so much better, and in like BBM style tournaments, like the other side feels better. I think.
That's a good point. I do like that because I feel better about my teams usually when I'm in the front end because you get not only like the RBs of your choice, but the receivers will still fall to you. When I'm at the 1-2 turn, it's tough sometimes because even Derrick Henry will go
Yeah, he
go
goes at like pick
before.
9 sometimes.
Yeah, so then I'm like, obviously I love the receivers I get there, but it's just the RBs that at the 3-4 turn aren't really there. So wise bar ladies, P so high. That's funny.
Yeah, it's because he like some people think that this format you just go 3 late tight ends, and that's completely legit. But Bowers and Trey McBride gives you a weekly advantage, like a single week advantage. Like now, if somebody has 3 tight ends, they may be able to keep up with you, right, with the single Bowers, because Bowers will have a bad week or two. Like it's going to happen.
Well, it's also, I think in this format, you could get there, you could get to week like 14, 15 different ways. Like you could go
Yeah,
elite tight end, get there, or you could go 3 tight ends and get there. because it's week 1. If Bauer's week 5 puts up 2 points or 5 points, and then you're facing someone that has like, let's just say, I don't know who's a late tight end, Zach Ertz, and that's a week where he puts up 2 touchdowns. You're probably screwed.
Right. Do we want to?
Oh, you're a madman. Just keep going, RB.
I mean, we'd be done, but
yeah, I'm not opposed, but let's go Sutton. Let's
I think Sutton's the right call.
I think Sutton's a great pick with the 3 RBs we have right now.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I wasn't completely serious, but I wouldn't have been opposed.
Now, if Kamara falls to us, then maybe
Yeah.
we think about that a little bit.
Yeah, we got that anchor wide receiver there in Cortland Sutton. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, man?
You know, like if he wants to keep pissing to, like,
yeah.
And I mean, like, because of the week 5 thing, like, we would have to, like, if we do that, like,
I mean, it's not terrible because, like, Kamara,
we would have the 2 guys for that week, and then every other week we just destroy flex, right?
Yeah, and like it's week 5 too, so Kamara, you're projecting to like have a boost early on.
Yes,
where he should cover the week 5, and then obviously Bijan, Jacobs, Chase Brown, like those are bets all season. So if Kamara, okay, I'll just say if Kamara, then I'd be down.
So JMO, since we took Smith last time,
I'm cool with JMO here. Yeah, it's kind of like bouncing off Sutton. Sutton is more of that. Are you a Travis Hunter guy?
Yes and no.
Yeah, okay. I like Hunter a lot. I think JMO's probably like I have JMO ahead of Hunter right now, but that could change.
I'm definitely Tet over Hunter.
For this year, me too.
Yeah, altogether this year. Like for a career, like for Dynasty, like if this was Dynasty, I would be Hunter over Tet.
Yeah.
Pretty clearly. But let me bring the board up. But yeah, I think JMO is really good. Like, and because we took the 3 RBs early, like getting a gigantic spike week guy, and with the coach speak that's been out there, like maybe JMO takes a leap, right? Like, there's been some talks from Johnny Morton about how he thinks that Jamison Williams is going to have a better year, right?
Yeah, I mean he's improved every year in the NFL.
Yeah.
The coach Dan, I'm blanking. Who's the head coach?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. He loves JMO. Like he talks highly about JMO so much, and that's such a big difference from a few years ago where he'd openly criticize JMO. So I think JMO put up 1,000 yards in only 15 games. Has kind of a higher floor too. If you look at his game log, like I think he was a top 24 receiver like 8 or 9 times. So JMO, banking on him improving as a player, and think he could definitely take a next step.
Yeah, he definitely could. And I am actually starting to get a little more out on the Lions offense as a whole with the Frank Ragnow thing as well. Like,
okay.
So I am a huge believer that offensive line is the most important thing when it comes to your offense. And like they lost, like Frank Ragnow is a big loss, but even bigger is Kevin Zeitler. Like, so they lost, and continuity matters a ton with offensive line. Like that was one of the only reasons I actually faded Saquon last year, was because Jason Kelsey was the leader of that offensive line, and I wasn't sure. I knew they had the talent to be awesome, but I wasn't so sure that when the leader leaves that they were going to keep consistent, right?
Yeah.
And I was wrong, but I would probably make that bet again.
It's interesting because I do think the Lions still will have a good O-line, and they did draft a 2nd-round guard who I think they're trying out center. Obviously, he's not the same as an all-pro center, but I'm not too worried about it. But the Lions in general, I think, are a team that they're not going to be the same team last year. Like what they did points per game was
They had what 33 points a game. Like that's what I'm saying. They're not going to be 33. They might not even be at 30. They may be 28, 29. Like they're still going to be high scoring.
But it's a drop off though from 33.
But
sure.
they have the number 6 overall player, the number like 10 number overall player. Their tight end goes at like pick 75 or 68 or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow's still here.
We can't be tempted by him, man.
I'm not, but I'm just surprised. Like,
I guess everyone's just taking RBs early. They're like,
no, they're not, because these guys were the same ones there last time.
Interesting. Juwan Jennings goes, okay.
I mean, I might be tempted, but
he might be tempted.
I might be tempted.
Yeah.
Do we shoot for the upside? Assume that he's healthy.
Who, Chris Godwin? I think Chris Godwin's a fine pick here because I do think he will be healthy week 1.
I believe so too. I've got a bunch.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I mean, I love the offense. You know, Emeka, sure, like first rounder.
Forgot we had Chase Brown. Honestly,
yeah, it's just. I mean, there's correlation there. I just don't like. I'm not huge with the RB quarterback correlation. It matters, but not so much. I'm
fine with that. Matthew Golden, Diggs.
So we could do Junkins to stop at 4, or we could
if we do that, we have to stop at 4. But I'm up to whatever.
Let's do Matthew Golden, man. We're pulling him up a little bit, but there's really good reports coming out from camp.
Yep.
And it feels like he's kind of cheap for being a first-round receiver on a good offense that doesn't have a clear alpha receiver as well.
Yeah, So I actually have less of him than I had in the big board. Like in the big board, I had 20%, and I have like 17% now. Mm-hmm. And he's only moved up a round, but like I don't love Jordan Love as a quarterback, like for fantasy. But not that matters. Like you don't have to stack your every receiver, right? But
no, you don't. Like Jordan Love is like he was a quarterback 5, I think, 2 years ago, and he was
he was good. He was really good.
Yeah, but like with Golden, you don't need to stack him. Like same with J-Mo. Like I don't feel like we need to force a Jared Goff stack, right?
I mean, and it's Eliminator, so it's whatever on the stacking. There is a player I would love to come back.
I know who it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Let me type. I'm gonna type in the private chat and see if it guess it.
Let me see. Private chat's not coming up for me.
Oh, it might be on StreamYard. That's why. Because with StreamYard, I have the private chat here, but I don't think you're able to see it. But that's fine.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, you see it? Okay.
Did this not? Question for anybody that's out there. Did this not post to X? Or is X just not able to chat?
I believe X can't chat. Because when I think when you're using like StreamYard, there's something that's okay, yeah. There's something that like it doesn't pull it up the comments from X to whatever platform you're using.
Okay. All right. It shows that up top. It shows that it's streaming to X. So, but
it's streaming to X. But I don't think the comments, if they comment on X, will pop up to whatever you're using.
Well, I know that you can have that happen because like PPR Tyler and all them, they I'm pretty sure that they link stuff that comes from there.
Yeah, like for StreamYard, you can't for like StreamYard. I know I can't have X comment and pop on StreamYard, but I know I could have a separate chat that pops it up and pull.
Okay. So you just
download
a browser thing.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah,
got it.
But I want to say with Steve, I see he talks about Joe Burrow, where he's not wrong. Joe Burrow is like one of the most consistent quarterbacks there. And like I think taking him where we took him is fine. We don't need to stack him, but I do worry where let's say we did face like a Chase team and Chase like puts up 40 points, and we don't,
Right.
it doesn't feel great, but also like I love the quarterbacks that we could get potentially here where
But
yeah,
like it also takes away the leverage of like if Burrow has a 3 touchdown game, uh Burrow has a 3 touchdown game and he throws one to each person, like we take away that leverage
that
for
is
his big game.
true. That is
Uh,
true. Okay.
so I don't love Ayuk
Yeah.
here. Wide receiver, quarterbacks, what do you think?
Who's your favorite quarter?
Kyler or Bo?
I think
Bo.
Bo, yeah. Yeah. Bring
Yeah,
Bo
we
in.
have
Yeah,
forgot we
we
had
have
Sutton.
Sutton. Rushing
And
quarterback, should be better offense. I like that.
yeah, late bye week as well.
Okay, what's next? I mean, Ayuk's probably the best receiver here.
Yeah, I think this is a clear tier break. He may not be healthy, but like if we can advance through the first 3 or 4 weeks,
And he might be healthy though. Like Brandon
he
Ayuk,
might be. Yeah.
if we have a healthy Ayuk week one, Ayuk's has a decent chance to smash his ADP. Right? Like pick 100, healthy starting for the 49ers.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah,
That's true. Yeah. No, Steve's right. Steve's right. I mean, Joe
yeah.
Burrow. I think if you're playing the consistent game as well, like he's great. I was kind of hoping though Baker would fall to us. Where
Yeah, and I Baker scored with Burrow last year, right? So
exactly, that's the only thing I would argue is like, would I rather have like Baker and Godwin or Joe and Ayuk? Yeah,
I think I would rather have Godwin and Bo.
oh,
And I mean, we got Ayuk anyway. Like looking at what happened, even Michael Pittman went.
yeah.
Like I think that what we did ended up working out.
True, because if we take Burrow, then we're probably like we feel a little more behind receiver.
Yeah. Even though the Burrow may have been the right pick at the time, like it ended up working out better because the receivers are still going off heavy.
I also love going 3 quarterbacks in this format. Where
Yeah.
I also because when we reach like the 119 to like 50 range, I think quarterbacks are probably the best value there.
Oh
When you
yeah. Yeah.
compare them to the RBs receivers.
Yeah. I've started taking 3 quarterbacks generally all the time. When as long as like I don't have to like super reach for it.
Yeah,
You
same.
know?
Do you think taking because 3 quarterbacks helps your advance rate in general, right?
Yeah.
So in this format, where we're kind of looking at it where we're just caring about advancing. I just think 3 quarterbacks is probably the best strategy, right? You could get
Yeah.
away with 2 like a Lamar and Caleb we did. I'm fine with that. But if you're telling me I could get 3 quarterbacks I like,
Right. And if a third quarterback that like would have fell at an ADP value in that last one, I would have still been okay with taking it. Like a Darnold at 190, because I see that reasonably often. Like I'm okay even on a Caleb Williams Lamar
yeah.
team slapping that on there. In Eliminator where you want to make sure that your quarterback scores 25 points, like
Yeah. Q, I'm gonna make these 2 picks for you, and then I'm gonna make a call real quick. I have an important call. I'm not leaving.
all right.
I just give
All
me
right.
like a couple minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want our first tight end? Do we want Drake May as our quarterback too?
I love May. I think May is amazing here. If we get him,
Me too.
Ingram, I like too, but May, I'm a May guy. I have
I
20%.
I'm not that high, but I'm pretty high. I'm like
Yeah.
he's my quarterback one. Him and Bryce Young are together.
Okay. If Ingram falls, I'm okay going there. If
Or
not,
do you want one
receiver.
of those? Because like I don't really count Ayuk for week one. So like he's a guy that I'm expecting to be there later, and we have Golden. I think we take like a Bateman.
Bateman. Let's do Bateman because
I'm fine skipping tight end.
Yeah.
Like till 3 in the late. All right.
I'll be back in like two minutes. Okay.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
Don't you listen to Creed pre? No, I do not, sir. Yeah, I hadn't read that, Steve, but yeah, I think Bateman was the right call there for the reasons that I'm assuming that and Chris Godwin's also coming off injury, right? So we have a risky team, but yeah, right. And that's exactly where I was getting. You typed that right as I was talking about it. But yeah, I think that was definitely the right call to go the other wide receiver. We probably do have to go we'll probably go 8 wide receivers in this. Stop at 4, or I don't know. We may have to go 5 running back. I think we do have to go 5 running back because we had the double week 5 bye. And since we've waited this long for our next, we do need that. We may have to cut either tight end or quarterback has to be cut to 2.
Yeah, so we have a 2, 3, 6. So I think 7 we could do. Well, we could do a 3, 5, 7, 3 build.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I would like to get. I mean, I guess it's probably not great either way. If Godwin's not healthy week 1, we've kind of boxed ourselves out.
Exactly. I think we want to play.
Yeah,
we want to play like we're right. If
Godwin
and Ayuk's healthy, then we're pretty set. And
I think I like the 3-5-7-3 instead. If we're gonna go now, if a tight end falls here and we double tap tight ends to get Kincaid, Ferg, or something, I could be convinced that that's enough if we wanted to. But I'm not opposed to 3 for sure either.
Yeah, we'll play by ear. Listen, who's coming up right now on the board?
So,
dude, no one wants Marvin Mims. Loveland, so Loveland's very interesting. Kyle Williams is interesting.
Since ship chasing has been shitting on him, and Davis has been crying, just so sad every time that they talk about it. Everybody's I'd take Pat Bryant over Mims, and Mims has fallen like a rock.
Yeah, I do really think he goes high in general, for sure.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, I don't want to talk too much because there's people watching, but I mean, hey, Loveland though, if he falls to us,
yeah, I'm not huge on Loveland, but especially in this, he's got the sidelined.
For sure, yeah.
But if we're planning on going 3 tight ends, I don't hate it as much. I kind of like one of these, Hollywood or Kyle Williams as well.
We're gonna make 2 picks, so can we do Loveland and one of the receivers, or?
Yeah. I think because of what's here, I'm okay with any of these.
Any of these, yeah.
Any of those.
The thing,
I mean, even Mims, honestly,
yeah. If
Marvin, I don't love it, but
as our 7th receiver, maybe Marvin Mims' breakout last year is not a fluke. He's that spy guy where, I mean, we got six pretty good receivers, right? So
yeah, I think the only thing we need to do is protect against a bad week 1 with the guys come back from injury and the rookie.
For sure.
So I think it's either Thielen or Brown. I think Brown, maybe.
I'm cool with Brown. I just wonder how valuable Mahomes' 3rd, 4th option is. It's never been that valuable. I think I'd rather take Thielen over Brown.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
The thing with Brown, it's just
and if we're doing week 1 stuff,
Ayuk, Godwin, how you mentioned, maybe they're slower. Thielen's probably the perfect bet.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I was just being a homer for a minute.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. I mean, so when these contests opened up, in the big board, Hollywood Brown didn't have an ADP, and I just smashed him over and over and over again because he absolutely needed to be drafted.
For sure.
But where he goes now, it feels like it's right for the most part. and I think it's more of a spike week bet than anything else. And Thielen is a consistent, at least early season thing. I think that is the right call to pull Thielen up for
You
sure.
know, shout out Steve because I think he posted on Twitter he had like a decent amount of Thielen, and he mentioned about like Thielen being like he just has a rapport with Bryce Young, and
Yeah.
Leggett, Coker, they're younger options that maybe are more appealing because they're unknown, but Adam Thielen might just be you know Bryce Young's favorite target. Like Ted, I think Ted's gonna obviously be the alpha there, but Thielen's good, man. Like when he plays, he's good. He's old, but he obviously has a rapport with Bryce Young, and I think he's I want to start clicking him a little more.
I've been in on Thielen for a while. Um, I've been in a lot of rooms with Steve, and Steve and I are both very into the Bryce Young Thielen stack. And I've been in on it for a while. I had 27%. So like over my first 85 drafts post draft, I had it was 20 like 27% Bryce Young and 25% Thielen or something. So
Oh, okay.
like whatever I seen, basically Steve and I, there's like 7 or 8 guys that we valued way more than everybody else, and all of those guys have went up. Like Austin Eckler was one of them because Eckler was going at 170,
Mm-hmm.
and now he gets drafted at 150 every draft, right? So we definitely need some running backs and tight ends.
Yeah, there's a few that go to RBs real quick.
Yeah, there's
Eckler, Dobbins. I'm cool with going Dobbins with our next pick as well. We have the Broncos
yeah.
making a bet.
I don't love Jalen Wright. Dobbins went
Yeah,
zero honed in.
there you go,
He's
baby.
he's still mad that we took Chase Brown.
Yeah.
uh,
Uh, I don't know how you feel about Justice Hill. I think he's an okay too.
do you like Shipley at all?
I do like Shipley. I like him more in BBMs because I think like more you're playing like Barkley gets hurt down the stretch this week.
Yeah.
I mean if Eckler falls, I think.
I mean,
great.
Eckler is absolutely the pick if he makes it to us.
Yeah, and then check tight ends real quick. I mean Hunter Henry? We could do a stack with that as well.
Yeah, I think Henry would be the pick. I mean, I'm fine with any of them, honestly. Like Gesicki is awesome.
For sure. I love Gesicki in the offense, third option. I think if Eckler falls, we click him and then we just pick whatever tight end we like.
So something I've been doing a lot is when I take Loveland or Warren in these eliminators, and I've been taking them a little more than I would like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I figured he was taking Eckler.
Yeah.
That's why he let it time out.
Oh, you could just do Hunter Henry and then
I think we secure this and then we get a guy there. Yeah. I mean, we could shoot for Jarquez. Won't have a role at that point, I don't think. But
I think he could fall to us too.
Yeah,
Just Hill's probably the best pick left. That's the RB2 that's gonna catch passes and
well. The thing is, we need somebody for week 5.
Week 5, yeah.
And Shipley is a contingent bet. So, like, if our double was like week 9, I think I might have liked Shipley more. But because our double is week 5, I think Justice Hill makes more sense.
Week 5, Justice Hill 4 for 40 in the receiving touchdown.
That's right.
What were you saying though? So you have Loveland, so you're trying to do
so like something I've been doing a lot with whenever I take Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, I'm actually taking Tyler Higbee as a third tight end to give them the chance to get rolling. Like if they're not going off the ground rolling, we know Higbee's going to start early. And like this is specific to taking Warren, not Loveland, but if I'm taking Warren, sometimes I'll mix in Eliminator. I'll mix in Cole Kmet.
Oh, okay.
Like because I feel like Kmet's definitely going to have some kind of a role early. Like And like but with Loveland, like I think taking Higby makes sense. Or I mean, if Jawan Johnson or somebody's there, like or Chig, like we can just go that. But a lot of the time, the third tight end does go.
Yeah, I would say like I like Chig a lot. I think Chig
Yeah,
is good pick. Juwan, Tyler Conklin, I'm okay taking, but Tyler Higbee,
right.
man, I do think he's gonna be the starter this year. Like I like Terrence Ferguson, but I do think Tyler Higbee is gonna be out there week one, and
Yeah,
he does pair well with Loveland too. You know, so
at least a week. And like Loveland has the early bye week, so like the post bye rookie bump would be week 6. Like I would be absolutely shocked if Terrence Ferguson's out there week 7 or 8, like being
for sure,
the
yeah.
only guy. So I think that pairing makes a lot of sense together. I don't want to overdo it, but yeah,
Yeah. What would you? I see what Steve Leckner said. I think Bryce really trusts
yeah,
Thielen. Yeah, you know he does, and that's the thing where I think it's easy to just chase like the
yeah.
rookies and the mystery box, which obviously like you want to hit on upside, but Thielen goes in the 140s, 150s, where he's produced as like a top
He,
15, 20 receiver the last 2 years, points per game, and
I think it was 22, 21, 22
top
last
30.
year.
Okay. Yeah, Thielen's just a good pick. I think Leggett isn't really that good, and Coker I like taking later sometimes, but Thielen I think is probably the best value for the Panthers.
All right, so we could take Juwan Johnson and try to swing around to get Tyler Shuck
I
if
like
that's
that.
available for us.
I like that.
Make make sure Olave is not on the inside of us.
How do you feel about the Colts quarterback situation and like Daniel Jones? Do you think he's the starter week one, or do you think AR is?
I think they're both starting at some point. I,
Both
I
starting.
I don't know how to do anything like with it. And by the way, this is also to like I don't care if somebody takes Chuck. I would like a third quarterback, but like the third quarterback here, like these guys should start the first several weeks and their bye week is until week 12. So like if we survive to week 12, great.
We're happy, and I love like we only have two quarterbacks, but both quarterbacks going to the second year could be better. Both offenses is better, and both have a rushing floor. So we do have a
Right.
good floor with
Yes.
upside too.
Would we rather go with Jarquez, Marshawn Lloyd?
I think for RBs, Lloyd I think is the RB two. Oh, we do have Jacobs though with the week five. I don't
Yeah. Oh yeah, that yeah.
probably
Um
Hunter if you want to take upside. If not, I think Miles Sanders is a okay click. You know, like so let's go Juwan, right?
yeah.
Let's go Juwan first because we could take RB with our last pick.
Yeah, well, Keaton Mitchell's always there.
Kenny Mitchell, baby.
But we'll have one of the backs. So I take it Shuck is who you
Let's
would
go
want.
Chuck. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's very valuable to get a
Right.
quarterback that's going to start 17 games all year.
Yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't start all 17 and it's like he starts like week 7, like we have Bo Nix and Drake May. Like the point I was making is that like even if he kind of sucks early or he doesn't start until later, by the time we need him to be a second quarterback, like he should be. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Like worst in the worst case scenario, he should be.
and doesn't Tyler Shuck like run the ball too?
Yeah, a little more than people realize.
Right. So like we have three quarterbacks that run the ball. We got them at a decent price.
Oh no, that sucks.
Dang. Did he auto anyone?
I don't know.
He's right
Uh,
next to us, right? Yeah.
I
Coker.
mean,
Uh,
his team looks good, so he's already got the three quarterbacks.
could be a lot worse.
He does need another tight end. He's solo Bowers.
Sorry about it.
Like so that is the issue, the solo Bowers. But like at least it's Bowers.
At least you have the
Like
best tight end in the NFL to have a solo.
right, yeah. I mean, if you were to solo anybody in this format, which I would never recommend, It would probably be Bowers or McBride, right?
Yeah, the tight end's like the person you're gonna play when Bowers on the bike. The tight end's probably gonna put up 4 points. So,
Yeah.
so it could be a lot worse.
Right.
So RB's
So
here. Who's your favorite of the group?
I mean,
Do we do like a Saints thing, Kendrick, Devin Hill?
so we need it for week 5, right? So if
Yeah,
we take a Saints guy, I think we take Kendre over Neal.
over no, okay.
That's my opinion on it.
Kendrick goes.
Kendre
Timing.
goes. I don't love any options.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, estimate I would have been okay with before
I don't
Dobbins.
love this, but it's there. Brashard again, but
Yeah,
it's week 5.
this is
I
too
mean,
late.
like the
Do we just
double tap
double tap and
Baltimore.
hope Henry gets hurt week 4, and then we have one of
He
the
doesn't even have to get hurt. Just one of the other ones mooch a touchdown. Like I don't love that, but we're kind of in a situation like the best
here's
ones on the board are the guys we don't really need. Like it could. I mean, we could just
we'll
bank
see.
on Neal. Too. We could just do that.
I don't. You know what? If Devin Hill falls to us, I think that's actually a decent click because
Yeah,
maybe he's RB2, right? Maybe he impressed the coach.
maybe.
RB2. Alvin Kamara could get hurt by week 5 for sure because he'll be having 30 touches a game each week. And then also it's a Saints bet, right? So let's just say Saints are a decent team this year, and
Yeah,
maybe Devin Hill is a part of that.
yeah, maybe. I mean, this is as ugly as it gets. Kareem
Yeah,
Hunt.
like even Miles Sanders is gone, right? So
What
like
about? Are you into Nick Chubb at all? I've not clicked him yet.
so there was a report that Nick Chubb with the Bears a couple weeks ago, so that kind of got me excited about that, but
Yeah.
I've been kind of just off Chubb the
Well,
last
let's say he goes to the Bears. They have week 5 bye.
oh,
So,
doesn't work out either way. It doesn't work out.
I think it's Devin Neal.
Devin Hill or nothing at this point.
All right.
Cool.
Well, hey, Tyler Conklin. That's a nice. I don't know if he got in to make his pick, but that's a solid pick there for
Yeah,
second tight end to Bowers. All right, so we have a 3-5-8-2. Oh no, we don't. He did. We have a 3-5-7-3. We got Bo Nix, Drake May, Tyler Shuck, Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Justice Hill, Devin Neal. We have a week 5 bye problem, but maybe the other team does as well.
mm-hmm.
Cortland Sutton, Jamison Williams, Chris Godwin, Matthew Golden, Brandon Ayuk, Rashad Bateman, Adam Thielen, Loveland, Hunter Henry, Jawan Johnson. So, yeah, we have one wide receiver on bye, our top 2 picks on bye, and our number 1 tight end on bye all week 5.
Yeah,
But
you know what?
But you're gonna have to win a week with low points at some point in this to advance.
And there's luck involved. Like maybe week 5 we get
I mean,
lucky, and then
I
we
mean,
have
if Chase Brown has 22 points, and they have a Josh Jacobs team too, because Josh Jacobs smashed and got us both there, or got people through the first few weeks, right? And they have a CMC I don't know who, Bucky Irving, and Bucky Irving just has a bad week that week. He has 11 points. We can make up that 11 point. If he had 11 and Justice Hill had 4, you can make that up, right?
it could be week 5. Maybe the first round pick gets hurt. Maybe, and this is why we take JMO, because JMO week 5
Yeah.
goes for 30 points. Matthew
Yep.
Golden, maybe he starts breaking out. Brandon Ayuk, he's healthy by week 5, and he's just the one for the 49ers.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it. We got to fight through 1 week, but I think it's perfectly fine. It would have been so much more fun if it's Kamara.
Of course,
That's all. That's all I'm
yeah.
thinking. I'm thinking, man. If that was Kamara and we don't have to take the Neal thing, we ended up with Shuck anyway. That would have been a lot of fun.
If we take Kamara instead of, let's say, Sutton there, then it could work. It could have worked. We could have done
it. Would have been over JMO. We already took Sutton.
No, but I think
we took Sutton and then we took JMO on the wraparound because we pushed Kamara because we wanted the receiver for sure.
Well, now we're betting. We have Devin Nils, so
Yeah.
now maybe Kimura gets hurt, and now it's like Devin Nils the guy you need.
Yeah, maybe it was all for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Anyway, thanks for coming on, man. I had a good time. I think we drafted 2 really good teams, for sure. And let me go name these teams before I forget too.
yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you having me on. Like I said, it was a long time coming. I'll definitely be inviting you to my stream at some point. I know the times
Yeah.
our times a little different with our work schedules, but we'll make it work.
Apparently, I didn't name a couple of those that I did.
Do you name each team you do?
Yeah, I just put the date and everything in it.
Yeah, I started doing that, and then I just kind of
Yeah.
got lazy, and now it's like half. It's like half the teams are named, half aren't.
Yeah, so I put the 3 stars in to signify that it was one that I streamed.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
then if I streamed with somebody, I put next to it their initials.
yeah. What I
And
do.
then like so date, then that, and then like if I'm in a stream room, I'll just put their initials like this.
Yeah, I see Leon, right? Leon, couple. I do the same
Yeah.
thing too, because like, let's say, just in case I win BBM, I want to remember what stream. I'll
Yeah,
just
I
back.
go in and be so I can talk shit to them.
Yeah, I'll
You
be
know?
posting every day on Twitter. And be like, hey, look at this team I built.
Hey, thanks for streaming this and giving me all this money.
Yeah,
Hey, like, and I
yeah,
expect somebody to do that to me if they win in my stream. Like, it's all fair. Like, I'm rooting for everybody.
of course, yeah,
If somebody wins in this room that one of us streams, like that helps the person who streamed it too, right?
for
Because
sure. Everybody's gonna be coming to your channel.
right, you're like, hey, yeah, free EV, come get it. Come, you
That's right.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. But do you have anything going on this week?
This week, so I do this Friday with Meg Shop. Like I think I'm saying it right. My bad if I pronounce it wrong, but Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, gonna be doing a live stream. She's coming on my live stream. And
Nice.
then I gotta reach out to Steve again. I think Sunday we might be doing something as well. And then I'll probably be doing a stream tomorrow night, 10:30 Pacific time. DJ hours, right? It's
Yeah.
no one's not many people are up, but probably doing that. So follow me, NickBok on Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah. It's pronounced Shaup, by the way.
Shout. Okay.
Shaup.
My apologies. Thank you.
Because I butchered it a couple times, and I asked him when Steve came on. I was like, "So say it for me because I need to know. Like I need to hear it."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow I have same time, 4 p.m. Central. Big Draft Energy will be on. We'll be doing weekly winners. Thad, if you are still here, Thad, weekly winners tomorrow. I know that's his contest. He loves it. I'm not great at it, but I really enjoy it. And then on the 10th, I think that's next Tuesday. Weirdly, Megan Schaup is coming on my channel too. So
Hey, that's awesome.
yeah. So, and we will be doing marathon. She on her channel or on the Fanspeak network, their Substack. She just put out rankings for the marathon, and we're going to be using those. And she had an article about it, so we'll be going over that as well.
Hey, look forward to checking that out. I know I need to subscribe to the Fanspeak.
Yeah, it's $35 a year. And Steve's Superflex article was awesome. The Meg's marathon was also really good. So I've read about half of them. I've not got through all of the articles they have, but it's definitely going to be worth it. And you get it's probably the cheapest rankings you can get as well.
Oh yeah, $35 for the whole year. That's
the
a
year.
steal.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and everybody go to his channel. Make sure you sub. If you're not subbed here, I would appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem.